Shalom. Giving all praise to Yahweh Shem Shai Shem Kakadash. Giving all praise to Yahweh Shem Shai Shem Kakadash. Now Thun Kal Halalyam Yahweh Shem Shai Shem Kakadash. I hope you can hear me. This system that I deal with is Zoom. Sometimes you don't hear anything. It kind of comes in and goes out. So please forgive me. Anyway, I hope you can hear me loud and clear. Anyway, I'm gonna entitle this video, Let's See Where the Spirit Takes Me. So I'm gonna kind of be all over the place, all various topics. And like I said, I'll see where the Spirit leads me. Okay, this just came up. Acquire a month upload. I hope you all see where this is going. I'll let you listen to a little bit of this. Like I said, I'm going to be all over the place. Not going to hear the. Okay, let's listen. Let's listen. We'll see what's going on. By the way, this pushing the narrative of the small hats, as we call them, that everybody wants to get at them, and this is New York, Jersey area. There was two arrested, as you can see here, two arrested in NYC in connection to threats against the small hat community. And they showed one suspect. It was an Edomite, looked like an Edomite. So I'm assuming that the other one was a Edomite as well. And this is they just putting this out there, man. In my belief, after the whole thing with Ye and before we can go, I don't know, we can go 2 years, 3 years back, and there was nothing. The small hats were not even mentioned in the news as a threat being upon them. But after Ye made his statements, and like I said before in previous videos, Ye had spoken about this like a year and change ago, and he made the statement, and I believe it was on a Drink Champs show. It went on a couple of shows, and he made the statement that we are the 12 tribes of Judah. Remember him saying that, and the small hats didn't really say nothing about it. But when he came this time, which was we're talking about a month and a half ago or so, he said we are the 12 tribes of Israel. And he said a bunch of other things. He said that he's going to go at him. He's going to go DEFCON 3. I think he said 3 or 4. And if you look that up, it just means in a war. I like the U.S. They're pretty much, NATO is pretty much on you can say DEFCON 3. And that just means to prepare your armies in case of an attack. DEFCON 3, I hope it's 3, the number that he pulled out. I can look it up. Somebody look it up and put it up there. It's either DEFCON 3 or DEFCON 4. I'm almost positive DEFCON 3, which means prepare your army for an incoming attack. So what Ye was saying that I got to prepare myself because they're going to come and attack me. It has nothing to do with being offensive. It has everything to do with being defensive. And then just recently, there was a video of him saying that he finally came out and said, which we all knew about his mother when she died, that he finally came out and said that was a sacrifice. Then he mentioned other artists, famous people out there that either they're, well, he mentioned, Bill Cosby's son. He was pulled over. I guess he had a flat tire and somebody killed him. I forget whether he shot him in the head or whatever. And we knew what was going on. We always think when things happen, the antennas go up, mainly among Jake. Esau, they just kind of, Esau in America, they don't know what's going on. These Europeans, Edomites in Europe, they know how conspiracies work and everything. So things come to your mind. Who else did he mention? He mentioned Michael Jordan's father. When we heard about that so many years ago, we said that was a setup. They doing that to get back at him. So there's many cases of, and that's called, what the hell do you call that? It's a sacrifice. What's the word I'm looking at? Blood. It's called a blood sacrifice. Which, if you want to make it, you gotta accept the fact that one of your closest love gotta die. Then all of a sudden you'll be bigged up, so to speak. So we know we have our antennas are up. Anytime you see the news, you see the news for what it is. They report the news, and if it's fishy to you, if something's rotten in Denmark, you kind of, I don't know. And then you hear the story change and everything. So, our spiritual antennas are up. Bottom line. All right. Anyway, let me let you listen. I hope you can hear it. I hope you can hear it clearly.
Peace and blessings to the elect. And yeah, this is going to be a quick video, straight to the point. I saw this morning when I woke up, and as you can see, this is from CBS News, CBS New York. It says 2 arrested in NYC in connection to threats against the J community, which I'm going to play a video so you can hear it. But the point is that we gotta, keep our eyes open and watch, okay? Because what is looking like this, I mean, we know.
Sorry about that. I had to go spit real quick. Anyway, I'm not gonna let you hear it because you know how YouTube do. But like I said, if you watch this story, the suspects were 2. Well, they showed one Edomite. I'm assuming that the other one was an Edomite as well. But like I said, ever since the Ye came on the scene, and then if you notice, Kyrie came on the scene. They put Kyrie, and they came up to him. They said, he wasn't bragging. I saw this movie. Had they never mentioned, confronted Kyrie about it, nobody be talking about Kyrie. So the antennas are coming up, conspiracy antennas as to what's really going on, because this film is still up and running. If it's so controversial and so anti-Semitic, let me see if this is it. Why can you still, let me line this up. All right. Why can you still order it online? And this is Flickmore, which when you link on it, it goes to this is what it does. It immediately takes you to Prime Video. So this is a Prime Video it's a Prime Video, which is what do you call it? Jeff Bezos' company. Amazon. I mean, why is it still up? If it's so controversial and so damning to these people, why is it still up? Why can you still watch it? And this video goes back what is that, 4 years, 18, 19, 22, 122, almost 5 years. And he put up other videos, and he's talking about he's putting up another video. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know why. And I'm pretty sure, I'm positive a lot of people saw this video, but out of all the people that they're going to confront is Kyrie. Kyrie put it on his Twitter or Facebook, whatever page he went on. And he said, "Oh, I saw this video." And now I don't know if he made this video, made that statement shortly after seeing the video, or he just saw the video. I don't know. And he kind of said what he kind of said. He's like, they ambushed him. And he said, "Are you anti-Semitic watching this movie?" But well, is Jeff Bezos anti-Semitic? Is Ronald Dalton Jr. anti-Semitic? Is Shaquille O'Neal anti-Semitic? He showed it in his theater. So like I said, we don't know. There's something rotten in Denmark. You know what I'm gonna do? Let me do this. Let me do this. There's something rotten in Denmark.
According to dictionary.com, something is rotten in the state of Denmark is used to describe corruption or a situation in which something is wrong.
So you heard her. In other words, there's something's not right. Something's not right. While they're confronting this guy, Kyrie Irving, about him making a tweet or statement on whatever social media that he saw the film, and they claim there's a certain part of the film where it says that the Holocaust, is questionable, never took place. But like I said, they didn't put they didn't put the fire under the feet of Shaq, for playing in this theater. They're not going after Ronald Dalton, and they're not going after Jeff Bezos, and it's still up there. Let me see. Maybe they took it down. Maybe they took it down. Nope, it's still up. Let me refresh it. It's still up. I just refreshed it, so you can actually watch it. You can actually watch it. So now let's come back over here. Oh, this is what I wanted to bring up. So you can watch the rest of this video put up by Bakwa Amath. See what's in my notification. Oh, let me know about this news. I think it's supposed to be official that Bishop Nathaniel is supposed to be Elijah, the prophet, Malachi, chapter 4. And since I mentioned Malachi chapter 4, I'm going to read that chapter. It's a short chapter. But I'm looking for something. A lot of people ask me questions and I don't get to them because I get so many notifications, man. Oh yeah, tonight. I hope they played it on. What I'll do is probably do a commercial. GMS scripture today. That brother comes out of GMS Chicago, and they do a sit down. You got the the elders. You got the head elder Malcolm and the rest of them. The guys that go way back. They do a sit down, and they really go into that history and root words and stuff. Really good. I'm looking forward to it tonight. See how much stuff I get? That's why if I can't get to your question, that means you didn't put your comment down and then 20 other comments and popped up. So please forgive me or keep asking. Shalom, Elder Tahar, Elder Apostle Tahar, the water for the edifying lesson. I don't know if this is a question. Through the Spirit, by some off-topic question. I gotta actually. Okay, let me do this. Off-topic question. Baba Kosha, could you do a lesson on clarifying what is smoking weed, marijuana? Now they're saying it's medical. If the doctors prescribe, you can do it. There's no law against smoking weed. I don't do it. I don't recommend anybody do it. But if you do it, you're not really breaking the law. If you want to get eating your shit is not in the law. You like to eat people's your shit. Your shit come out of your ass. You eat it. That's not in the law. But how you gonna do it? See. But see, now they're saying it's medical reasons. They say it reverses cataracts, which is the graying of the eyes. But it could be somewhat illegal, so so that's like an up in the air thing right there, Paul speaks about things being lawful but not being expedient. It says in the scriptures, if you see a man with another man, you're supposed to put them both to death. But if you go ahead and do that, they're gonna hook up that electric chair for you. As much as they like them Moes, Esau loved Moes. That's why this place is going down. And if had you not did anything wrong, Esau, the fact that you allow people to be Moes, that right there is enough to destroy this system. Sodom and Gomorrah. Yeah, we used to speak down at Greenwich Village, and we couldn't speak. Well, Ariel went down there, and he said we ain't coming down here no more because of the Moes and shit. And I remember some Edomite walked past us and said, Sodom and Gomorrah, Greenwich Village. You can ask Apostle Gabar because I believe he was down there too. But anyway, let me go here. Like I said, I'm all over the place. But I'm looking for, where the hell? I'm looking for Elder Manata Zakbar's newest. Oh, here we go. Oh boy, Paul Kersey, misunderstood. Yeah, this guy. This is not no Edomite. This is none other than one of the deacons of IUIC that kind of comes back and forth. We go back and forth. And he came out and said, approximately a year and a half, 2 years ago, that he can clearly see that the MOTB, you know what that means, is a fulfillment of Revelation 13. But he just said, oh, maybe it came to pass already. So I kind of don't even hardly deal with him. Or I'll hit him with a like a not a relation of a question not related to his answer. Because the new thing is Bishop Nathaniel, this is what we heard. There's people saying, yeah, this guy, he has to be Elijah, meaning Elijah coming back again. And I heard that a couple of times. And I directly asked him, he never came back, never got back to me. But Bishop Nate is not saying, no, stop saying that. You know, like the thing with me being, they say that we're you Tahar, you say you Paul. And I said, I'm not Paul. I don't know who I am. I hope I'm one of the elect. That's about it. Yeah, but you tell your men secretly that you put when did I say that? Who the hell told you that? We don't know who the hell we are. That's in Ecclesiastes. That's why John, when they asked John, John was definitely Elijah coming back, and the people knew. They said, yeah, that could be the Messiah. That's probably Elijah. Let's ask him. It was the scribes and the Pharisees that was sent, and they said we were sent. They told the truth. They said, look, we were sent to find out what this is all about. And they didn't ask him around the other people that he was baptizing them. He said, are you Elijah? And he said, no. Why did he say no? Because he didn't know. So that hasn't changed. So for me to say I'm Paul, I'm going off because I don't know who I am. But the Lord knew, and he said this, and the disciples didn't know, and it was the Lord that said, this individual, John, my cousin, that's Elijah. Why did he know it, and John the Baptist didn't know it? Because that's the Lord, all right? But the thing now is, and it's out there, I heard it a bunch of times, that not throwing any, not setting up a controversy, but it is a controversy. But it's going around that people are saying that Bishop Nathaniel is Elijah the prophet coming back. Bishop Nathaniel coming on the scene is a fulfillment of Malachi chapter 4, verse 5 and 6. Matter of fact, I'll read the whole chapter because it's a short chapter with 6 verses long. So if that's the case, then we can question whether the 7 or the 3, Mashal, Arah, and Yaquab, are true men of the Lord because they came up under Abba. So now we got to say, well, Abba was just a Negro that came on the scene. But you there that are out there, you give me your input on. Let's get to the bottom line. Let's get to the bottom line as to whether they actually teaching that he's Elijah coming back, which is clearly wrong because Abba got to be Elijah. Abba got to be Elijah. No doubt about that. And see, and you're being dangerous when you say you're this person, that person. What happened to Tazadak? Yeah, he went out talking about I'm the God sent comforter, and where is he now? He the Most High took him out by the C-19, and there's plenty of people that got the C-19 and they don't die. They just get sick and they get over it. So give me your input. Give me your input. Give me your input. Okay, where did I say? I'm trying to find. Give me a second, man. Let me do this. I wanted to find. Okay, this is this page right here. I'm gonna do it this way. Let me. because he went into the small hats ADL, and I wanted you to listen to some of it. Give me a second. Let me check my other computer just to get the title. Give me a second. Please forgive me. I had to go on my other computer because it's not here. It should be here. Let me do this. Okay, his latest video is Who is Japhet, right? I'm sorry, that's let me do it this way. Back to YouTube. This man don't want this truth to come out. Okay, I just put it up.
Right? Then it would make sense to it.
Now see, I was just on his page, and this is not up there. So I had to kind of copy and paste. But I want you to listen to some of this. I got to watch the whole thing. Let me come back over, come way back over here. Yeah, right about here. As you can see, extremist sect within the Black Hebrew Israelite movement. This is put up by the ADL. So they know about all the groups. They know everything that we teach, and they leave certain things out, what you're going to hear the elders say. So let's listen. I hope you can hear this.
Extremist sects within the Black Hebrew Israelite movement, right? Remember, I did a lesson on it. The lesson was like 4 hours long. It was going into all the different points that they wrote this thorough article about the Hebrew Israelites, our background. You can see it here. The 12 tribes sign. I mean, they mentioned it or whatever. They went into all many DHI teachings, used verses from the book of Deuteronomy the fifth book of the Torah in the King James Bible, to tell the history of the Israelites from the Old Testament and to give biblical explanation for the transatlantic slave trade, right? Teachings assert that the Israelites were warned of repercussions for breaking the commandments that did not abide, resulting in enslavement as punishment in another race in Africa.
That's what the scriptures say. It doesn't apply to y'all. Y'all are on top. Hey, if Kyrie offered you $500,000, you just turn, nah, we don't need it. Man, that means you don't need you turn down $500,000, you got some money, okay? Somebody offer me, let Kyrie offer me $500,000. You see if I don't need it, brother. Shit.
Inhabiting Israel in their place. Preachers use Deuteronomy 28:15-68 to encourage individuals to embrace their true title as God's chosen children or continue to sin.
Yeah, because in Deuteronomy 28 it said this is going to be a sign to the children of Israel. This is how you know that they're the children of Israel. When you read Deuteronomy 28, and then the rest of the scriptures, precept upon precept. Now in Deuteronomy 28:48, what does it say? They shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until they have destroyed thee, right? Let me do this here. There's definitely something rotten in Denmark. Okay, so put in Deuteronomy. I'm sorry. Yoke of iron upon thy neck. I didn't have to do that. All I had to do is put in yoke of iron. What comes up? This is Google. I don't own Google. Look at that. Let's go to images. Look, yeah, a picture speaks 1,000 words. So I got what? Thousands of words from these pictures. It's 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000. Look at that. Let's go right here. And I didn't even put in Deuteronomy 28. Here it is, Deuteronomy 28:48. This is one of the curses. You see the man, he wearing a Hebrew garment. He got a yoke of iron around his neck. And we did this before. Here we go. But this, I believe, is a modern. This didn't, this is something new. We got a model to do this, if I'm not mistaken. But this right here is, and it says slave. We came over here in slave ship, Deuteronomy 28:68. Right here, they got yokes of wood, yokes of wood around their necks, being led into slavery. These are the Israelites. This is the sign, man. And this happened so you wouldn't escape. You go out in the woods, you get stuck up in between some trees. Here's another one. So we are those people. Deuteronomy 28:68, ships. Deuteronomy 28:48, those are yokes with chains on them. These are the Israelites. Let me put in American slavery. Slavery in America. Look what comes up. These are Edomites on top. And these are us, being sold, the women, families being separated, but buck breaking going on. in the cotton field. It's Jake and you got little kids, man. They didn't give a shit about us. They didn't regard the old as well as the young. That's also in Deuteronomy 28. And we've been through this before. This is hardcore slavery. This doesn't fit the small hats. United States slave trade, 1850. You got the Edomite on a horse. What's that in Ecclesiastes? I saw servants upon horses and princes walking on the ground. And it goes right there. You got these little babies. They didn't say, well, when you hit 18 years old, we're gonna put you into slavery. No, they went into slavery as soon as they can pick up things. Toddlers. They use them for alligator bait. That's why you got guys like Vocab Malone trying to debunk let's go to slave trade ships. And these are the ships that, look at this. They didn't just trade in slaves, they trade in other commodities. You got barrels down here, you got slaves just laying out over there. But you're not going into captivity. Look at that, man. Look at that. Deuteronomy fits us to a T. Slave trade curriculum. You had barrels of whatever down here, then you had slaves stuffed in here. These are heinous crimes that you committed, but you don't want to pay. They're throwing slaves, potential slaves, off of the boat so they could be eaten by sharks. This is heinous. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. How can you break that down any other way? You put somebody into slavery, you go into slavery. Look at that. These are heinous crimes. And they couldn't go, they couldn't say, can I go to the bathroom? They had to defecate on themselves. They had to piss on themselves and shit on themselves. And there were a lot of them that were dying, and then a lot of the crew were dying too. The stench. This is brutal slavery, man. Hardcore slavery. Fulfilling Deuteronomy chapter 28. Let me see. Let me put in Jews. Jews and slave ships. Let's see what comes up with that one. Let me bring this up. All the height of American slavery, 78% of slave owners were ethnic Jews. I'm gonna leave this up here for a while. People got upset when I posted this last time, calling it fake and BS. Sources are listed on the image. It's real. At the height of American slavery, 78, we might say 80%, 78% of slave owners were ethnic Jews. I don't know if this guy made up. I don't know what this all goes back to, but it's there. You can say, well, no, somebody made that up. That's not true. Let me see. Let me see. And they're mad because we're calling them out. And they call us Negroes because we came from Negro land in Africa. And they also call us Hebos, which is to say Hebrews. Let's see what this says. Negroes wish to purchase a large number of Negroes of both sexes from the age of 14 to, I guess that's 80, for which I will pay the highest cash market price, as I intend making a long stay in Wilmington for that purpose. Persons from the country will find it to their advantage to bring such slave property to town, as they have to dispose of. Also wanted some good carpenters, meaning slave carpenters, skilled slaves, blacksmiths among Jake, coppers, and bricklayers. Applied to me at the Carolina Hotel, Ensley Davis of Petersburg, Virginia. And Davis is a small hat name. The Jewish white slave trade. Oh, boom, this is what I wanted. Gary Wills on the Pope, Robert Durton on pornography, David Brian Davis, the Jews trade slaves, meaning black slaves. And they damn near put this man back into slavery. You got to do 6 things. Apology is not good enough. $500,000 is not good enough. And it's backfiring on these people, man. Jake is waking up, and Jake is talking about the Hebrews. They ain't talking about Kemet. Kemet is played the fuck out, man. Kemet is played the fuck out. Ain't no Negroes going to all get together and go back to Africa. You ain't gonna see Negroes talking about Hotep. That shit is played the fuck out. We are the people. The secret relationships between blacks and Jews. Well, the blacks are the Jews. Let's see what this is. I can hardly see that. Let me pull this up. The secret relationship between blacks and Jews. It would seem to be realistic to conclude that any Jew who could afford to own slaves and had need for their services would do so. Jews participated in every aspect and process of the exploitation of the defenseless blacks, which are Israelites. See what Jake's supposed to be doing? You get all the lawyers together and sue the hell out of everybody that has anything to do with slavery, man. It's called reparations. Tariq Nasheed has called for it. They call themselves, that group, the FBA fundamental, what is it? Foundational, I'm sorry, Black Americans, meaning American Black, and it's true. It's true they should get reparation, but true reparation is going to come when we were put in slavery. They got to be put in slavery. Can't write a check. You can't write a check. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. But then they cover all that by saying, using the term anti-Sem, which is their word. That's a made up word. The word is Shem, not Sem. That's their word. Oh, here it is. You got, and they all look like Edomites. These are all the three sons of Noah. The majority of the people of the earth are brown skinned, different shades of brown. The conception of the curse of Ham, and they call us Ham, among Sephardic Jews and the Atlantic slave trade. So a lot of them say, well, we were supposed to put you into slavery because that's the curse that was put on Canaan. And you're the Canaanite. We're not the Canaanites. We're Israelites. The original Israelites are people of color with woolly hair. Go here. Okay, Jews and the American slave trade. They might even take this video down. And I'm not cursing. I'm not saying anything hateful. I'm telling the truth. Is truth hate? Am I becoming your enemy because I give you the truth? Galatians 4:16, Jews, slaves, and the slave trade. Project Muse. Let's pull that up. Let's see if we can find out it is. Let's see what they say. You can hardly read this. So I'm going to come back. Slavery and the Jews, the Atlantic, this is a newspaper. Slavery and the Jews. There's a lot of reading. Almost as soon as it appeared in 1991, the secret relationship generated a controversy that centered more on its intention than its scholarship. I'm just trying to get to the point. Okay, so Martin assigned to one of his classes portions of the book, which singles our Jews for special prominence in the Atlantic slave trade, for special prominence in the Atlantic slave trade, and for having played a particularly prominent role in the enslavement of Africans in the Americas. And I showed you 5 minutes ago that there was a book that spoke of 78% of the people that were involved in the slave trade were the small hats. And the truth is coming out, and you're scared. Let me read this right here. This last predominant predominated with paragraph. I can hardly read this. Please bear with me. These letters are small. That opened using language like to the Jews and to their favorite Negroes who have insisted on attacking me. I say his view on the secret relationship used as historical materials amounted to a barrage of enthusiastic endorsements. Ironically, Martin's assertion that Jews were very much in the mainstream of European society as far as the trade in African human beings was concerned, meaning slavery, was very close to what many Jewish scholars had claimed some 30 years before. I'm gonna put this in my favorites. Okay, so now let me find this video. So you got to call them out for what their foreparents did. They're benefiting on what their foreparents did and using you. So this conversation is not gonna stop. I got to find the video again. Okay, so let me let you listen. Listen.
Suffer in society as the ancestors have. So they go into a whole lot of stuff that we teach, right? And it was very thorough. And the ADL, for those that don't know, is the Anti-Defamation League, okay, which are ran by Small Hat, 1948ers, all right? So they just go into everything that we teach.
We can't defame you if we're telling the truth. If you see somebody and you identify somebody jumping in your car and speed away with the car, and then they catch him and that's the guy, and then they say, you're defaming me. No, I'm telling the truth. So the truth is out that we are the people. Our focus is not so much on you. Our focus is on us. How can us be calling us out the Israelites, defame you guys? Doesn't make any sense. We have a claim. What happened after 70 AD, Israel became a vacuum because the real Israelites or the Jews, they had to get out. If they didn't get out, they were put to death. The Romans Titus declared a Roman onslaught of the Jews. So the Lord said it. What was that, 40 years before that? It said, look, when you see the abomination of desolation, speaking about the Roman armies, then flee into the mountains. They fled into Africa, they fled into Europe, they fled into Egypt. Egypt, you had a big community of Jakes down there in Egypt, and they went further into West Africa. I don't know how they did it. You got guys like Garfield saying, well, how can they do it? It's impossible. We don't know how they did it. But they got there some kind of way. And those people over there in West Africa, you got the Lamba, they practice the Lord's statutes and commandments, although they follow in the Small Hats, but they claim that they're actual descendants of the people of Israel, the Nigerians. If you listen to the Bantu language, you can hear Hebrew words within the Bantu language. I believe I was watching one video. A lot of them they'll say hi to you by saying shalama. They'll say shalama. You go to old ancient maps of the continent of Africa, you'll see Judah, Wida, Dahomey, Fort Judah. And what proves that the Jews can be so-called black is the fact that you allowed Ethiopians to come in the land of Israel, which they're not the real people. You allowed them to come in under the right of return. You acknowledge that they're the people. And then when you got them over there, you inject them, the women, so they wouldn't have babies. Now that's just coming out. So I don't know how we're defaming you. We're coming out with the truth. We are saying that we are the people. We are the true people of the scriptures, of the Israelites, the Hebrews. And we don't got to mention your name. But of course, you're going to say there's a controversy here because you're saying you're the people, and we're saying that we are the people. But you prove that the people, Jews or Israelites, can be black. This is a quandary, a conundrum, if I said it right. I haven't used that word in a long time. Please correct me. Either it's conundrum or conundrum. Conundrum. Let me do that. Let me try something here. Because they'll get you. See, you didn't say the word right. You're uneducated. Conundrum.
Here's the definition of conundrum: a confusing and difficult problem or question.
I got it right. Conundrum. What is it? A confusing or difficult problem or question. So this is a problem now because you got to be careful as to what you say. And more Jakes are talking about Israelites, being an Israelite, being a Hebrew. And this is the fulfillment of one of my favorite prophecies, Ezekiel 37. These are the dry bones of the valley. I ain't talking about you people. It's talking about us. Isaiah 19 is also talking about us here in Egypt, the new Egypt. Yeah, I said I was going to go to Micah. I'm going to close on this. I'm sorry, not Micah. Malachi. Malachi, what is that? Malachi 4. And there's so many precepts that come out of this, especially right down here. Matthew 11, Matthew 17, Matthew 3, John 1. And this proves reincarnation. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven. We're talking about an ancient oven where you made bread, you made flat bread, you throw it on the oven, turn around, and the bread is done inside of like 3 seconds. So that oven is talking about the heat from the missiles. Going to burn you into a cinder. It said, for behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, we know who the proud are, go to who the proud are, go to Obadiah 1. Esau, you're the most proud. The scriptures speak about the most proud. The most proud. Let me see where that leads me to. Most. Did I spell that right? Nope. Right here it is. I spelled it right then. Okay, here it is. Jeremiah 50, verse 31. Behold, I am against thee, O thou most proud, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts. For thy day is come, the time that I will visit thee. Jeremiah 50, verse 32. And the most proud, Esau, shall stumble and fall, and none shall rise him up. And I will kindle a fire, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, in his cities, and it shall devour all round about him. And that's the nuclear fire that's going to be, the missiles that's going to be shot on Babylon the Great. So this is what it, now we know what it means by the day shall come that shall burn as an oven. And all the proud, which are you Edomites, yea, and all, and you small hats are Edomites, Amalekites, and all that do wickedly shall be. See, you profit, not all of you, but the ones that these record labels, the top, the CEOs behind the scenes, which are for the most part small hats, not all of them, but most of them are, and other Edomites, they profit. If an artist made 100 million for some album, how much did they make? You made the millions, they made the billions. And they don't get, their children don't get killed. They get, and you get killed over that shit, man. Because you're pushing that form of hip hop that pushes death and destruction. And all that stuff could be stopped all that stuff could be stopped from the top. They're gonna keep it going. They want you to kill each other. They want you to go. They in your lyrics, either you're gonna kill somebody, you're gonna get killed, or you're gonna get locked up. It says, "For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yeah, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble, and the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts," hosts meaning armies, "that it shall leave neither root nor branch." What can you do with a branch? You can what's the term? It's in Romans 11 chapter. You can put the branch. It's like you put the branch. I can't think of the word, in the tree, and it makes the branch grow from the actual tree, the stock of the tree, or root. If you chop a tree down, you got to uproot it, because if you don't uproot it, another tree is going to grow in its place. And that's in Isaiah 14 as well. You're going to be totally cut off. But unto you that fear the name is Yahweh. Now, if Bishop Nate is calling, or he's allowing, he haven't said that, but others that follow Bishop Nathaniel, oh, that's Elijah coming back. That's Elijah coming back. It's up to him to say, I'm not Elijah. Stop calling me Elijah. So if he's not saying it and he knows of it, then he's signing off on it. But unto you that fear my name. Now, if he was Elijah, wouldn't you think that Elijah would know the name of the Most High and his beloved son? Wouldn't you think that? Our Lord said, Elijah, there's no prophet greater than him. And if you receive this is John, which is fourth to come. This is John. That this is the fulfillment of Malachi chapter 4, verse 5 and 6. So here come Elijah back, but he don't know the name, but he calling on Jesus. But unto you that fear my name shall the son of righteousness arise with healing in his wings, talking about the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and ye shall go forth and grow up as calves in the stall. That means a farmer takes care of their calves. They feed the calves, to grow, to get milk and so forth. That's what a farm is all about. And ye shall tread down the wicked. Who's the wicked? Esau is the wicked. Go to Malachi and read the whole chapter. Malachi 1. Jacob, I have loved Jacob and hated Esau. That never changed. For they shall be ashes. What's going to make them ashes? The day shall come that shall burn them up, shall burn as an oven under the soles of your feet. And the day that I shall do this, saith Yahweh of hosts. Now that doesn't mean we're going to actually There they go. There go the dead bodies of the Edomites. These are ashes of the Edomites. Let's walk on them. Like the movie, the first movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger, The Terminator. One of the first scenes, you had the robot stepping on ashes. That's not going to happen. This is poetic. We're not going to land back down and walk on America and walking on people's ashes. It's poetic. It's symbolic. Remember ye the law of Moses. Supposed to keep the law to your best of your ability as you grow in this thing, my servant, which I commanded unto him in Horeb for all Israel. What does it mean by Israel, vocab Malone? It means all the national Israel. That means anytime you see Israel, the Israelites in the Old Testament or in the New Testament, it's talking about the Israelites. Even in Revelation chapter 7, which vocab Malone said, oh, that's not talking about the Israelites. But because of the tribe, Joseph is not a tribe and this, so this obviously, no. That's some BS. And for all you coons that follow this guy, the Most High got something for you with the statutes and judgments. Behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord. The coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord, did it come when Yahushua came on the scene? No, it's talking about now. So we know that Elijah's going to come back 2 times. Going to come back as John the Baptist, then he's going to come back another time. And that all points to Abba Bivens. He's Elijah. And he shall turn the heart of the fathers to the children. And this has to be Masha, Ariah, and Yaquab. And then ultimately, they taught the rest of the 7, and we came out of them. I was directly taught by all 3 of them. I knew all of them when they were alive. Ariah is still alive. As far as I know, I haven't seen him the last time I seen him was, I don't know, maybe 2017. I saw him about three different times. Ran into him in the same place 3 different times. And I believe all those times I said, I want to go over this place. I said, no, I'll do it tomorrow. And then the Spirit would say, no, go to the place, get it out the way. That was the Most High making me run into him those 3 different times. And he shall turn the heart of the fathers to the children, the fathers to the children. They're talking about who? Got to be talking about the top 3, Masha, Ariah, and Yaquab. So where did this truth, the ADL, who are they attacking? They're not, there's all kind of Israelite groups out there, man. But who are they attacking? They're attacking the former One Westers because the truth came out of One West. And the heart of the children to the fathers, because we are our fathers and our children reincarnated. Lest I come and smite the earth with a curse. And he is going to come and smite the earth with a curse. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom.